so we've got the monk. We've got some pretty significant changes to the monk. Let's deal with this. I know a lot of people have been asking this whole time, where's the monk? Where's the monk? So let's talk about it.
So the monk has been in our internal playtesting for quite a while now. And one of our main goals with the monk is to get its output right, because we have been concerned for a number of years that the monk's damage output has not been where it should be relative to other classes. And so, to me, one of the main things about the monk is that your martial arts die progression has all moved up one die. Yeah. And so rather than starting at a D4, you now start at a D6 and it goes all the way up to a D12. So in a way, we could just say that and that's enough for exciting changes for this class, because monks now are really going to be able to punch at the weight that they should have been all along. But of course, we've done more. We have brand new features in this class. The monk now gets weapon mastery. So in addition to their enhanced unarmed combat, monks also now get to play around with the fun options in weapon mastery and get to then explore some amazing tactical combos when you start thinking about combining certain weapon mastery properties with then also certain features in monk subclasses as well as in the base class. We also have a new feature in the monk called Deflect Energy. This is an often requested thing in the class. So in the past, of course, monks could deflect like arrows, catch them, throw them back, that kind of thing. Well, at high level now, the monk can go even further.
I'm so excited.
And like that firebolt that comes in, that monk can bat that firebolt away. And super fun, super cinematic.
Yeah.
And really leans into the monk having this sort of fine control, not only of themselves, but of the battlefield around them.
Right.
And that fine control is a theme here. It's why we now call their main resource discipline points, because monks are all about this self-discipline that allows them to pull off these sometimes supernatural effects. And
the first time I get to grab a magic missile out of the air or Eldritch Blast, and I'm not just going to deflect it. I'm going to like theme it that I just like throw it back. Like I hold on to it for a second, look at it, and then toss it back at someone. I'm going to laugh.
So I hate to break it to you.
No, I was wondering about Magic Missile.
It's not going to work with Magic Missile.
Oh, come on. Like one of them.
No.
Because there are multiple are hitting you at once.
No, it's because Magic Missile is that special thing in the game.
Well, it always hits.
For the monk to deflect something, it has to be an attack roll that hits you. And Magic Missile, part of its core identity is that it bypasses such things. I mean, that's why Magic Missile is so iconic.
But I like the idea of grabbing Eldritch Blast and throwing it back at a Warlock. That's hilarious to me. There's other stuff for the monk.
Yes. In addition to a lot of fine-tuning in the core class, we have completely redesigned the subclass that was formerly known as the Way of the Four Elements. So that subclass was the lowest rated subclass in the 2014 Player's Handbook.
Yeah.
And looking at the feedback that we've received over the years on it and sort of faced with, do we simply refine it or completely go back to the drawing board? We completely went back to the drawing board. And so what you see here is a subclass that is able to use their discipline points in a way that I think is going to be super satisfying as they create explosions of elemental power on the battlefield, are able to power up their unarmed strikes with elemental energy.
Extend their reach.
Yeah, they're able to extend their reach. many of the capabilities that in 2014 were embedded in some of the spell options, what we've done instead is taken those, moved them into the subclass itself, and allowed you to get a lot of the same feel, but without looping through spells, and also without spending such a punishing number of points. Because the 2014, that spell casting, one of the reasons why it was unpopular is the options were simply too expensive. And so the monk was often running out of their points super fast, and then felt like they were then reduced to just punching or hitting somebody with a weapon, while other monks were able to keep going longer with some of their subclass distinctive capabilities. So now, the Way of the Four Elements, now called Warrior of the Elements, is now able to essentially stand side by side with other monk classes, subclasses rather, and be just as potent as they are.
We also have a variety of subclasses in here. We've got Warrior of the Shadow.
Yes, we have Warrior of Shadow and also Warrior of the Hand. And then the fourth subclass is Warrior of Mercy, and for that you just go to Tasha's and use the Way of Mercy that is there. Now, of course, in the 2024 book, any subclass that we're currently just pointing you to a book for will appear in the player's handbook.
So Warrior of Shadow has been more refined. Like, you can move the darkness around the battlefield. It's more tactical.
That is a big change in Warrior of Shadow, and that is you're able to create darkness as you could in 2014, but now you can move that darkness and you can see in it.
Yes.
So that combination of things is fantastic. We've also lessened the subclass's reliance on spells, and it gets more of the capabilities that before came through spells just directly through its features.
That is, it's like a very simple change that changes the battlefield quite significantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.